Welcome back to MYZNxRBC. Today I'm joined by the debuting Liam Jones. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Alright, well, don't mind the sparrings in the background as the guys are preparing for the upcoming O4 event, which you are gladly taking part of. You're making your official debut. Um, do you plan on staying long over here in this fight business?
Really depends. I could be, just doing my own stuff and essentially just being like, oh yeah, I got some side things to do and I gotta focus on them. But I'll
Yeah.
be like doing this shit as long as I can, because like boxing really it's piqued my interest as of late. And this sort of thing that I'm doing right now, it could really pay off, I feel.
Well, everybody brings his own style to this game. What style can we expect from you?
Really, I'm just gonna go ahead and do what I can to win. Really, like I'm still trying to figure out like a strategy for myself. Like I'm not exactly the most experienced guy, I'll admit that, but I will say that in the end, you can guarantee one thing is that I am gonna go out swinging. In every single fight I go in, I am not going down without a fight. And quite frankly, that is the thing that I'm properly going to live by the time we
Mhm.
do this, really.
Well, that's pretty nice. It's a good start. You're stepping in on short notice. Um, you know, for the Wasabi guy, Jack Wasabi. So, but sorry for the short disturbance. So, yeah, you stepped in on short notice for Jack Wasabi. How do you plan on doing against Dodo? But before you answer, hang on, because these lights want to scrap. Alright, so how do you think you're gonna do against Dodo Ball?
I don't really expect myself to win against him, really, because he's got far more experience than me. Like, I've really just come in here at short notice. Like, he's already got 3 wins on his record. I'm pretty sure one or two of them were knockouts. And I really don't expect myself fully to win, but I am going to guarantee one thing is that when it comes down to it, I will be ready to fight and I'm going to be ready to face him in that ring and I'm going to be ready to just, get down to it and do
Yeah.
what needs to be done. And um, with this sort of stuff like, Dodo Paul and something like that, I'm facing quite possibly one of the biggest boxers right now in
Mm-hmm.
my zone boxing.
Yeah.
And given how it was such on short notice for me as well, it's like I do have a little bit of time to prepare, not a lot, but I still do have time, so I'm going to use that time as best as I can, and hopefully then I will be able to, stand up to Dodo and be a lot more of a formidable opponent to him.
Yeah. Well, I like your mentality. You're probably like one of the few that are down to earth here, and maybe you can also see it as an advantage that you step in on the short notice, because my Dodo Paul might not expect the fight that you bring, so in general he's probably prepared for like Jack Wasabi. I mean, he's a debutant too, but like he has a kind of probably hard to fight style. I don't know. I haven't seen him like scrap yet, but it's gonna be interesting. So since your biggest advantage towards Dodo Paul coming into the fight.
Predictability is what I'd say because when you're new to like a sort of sport and you go against an experienced veteran, it's like, oh, you've never been against them before. Then really the inexperience factor between for me, it can be a disadvantage, but at the same time it can be advantage because I can most likely surprise Dodo if I play my cards right. That would be able to, pull off something that Dodo wouldn't expect because he's never been in the ring with me.
Mm-hmm.
So because of that, I'm going to use that to almost leverage myself in the fight. and understand that, you know, he's never been against me, so I can use that to my advantage, pull off something that he won't expect. And it'll be an introduction to say, nonetheless, it might be great, it might not be, but I'm going to make sure that I'll make one hell of an impact.
Well, sounds great to me. Maybe there might be an actual chance of the big upset. I mean, I think that would be a pretty crazy moment, but after this fight, could you imagine to fight another Paul brother?
I really could see it if these cards were played right for me during the fight. If I did manage to go towards this fight and actually pull off an upset and manage to beat him, then yeah, I do feel maybe I could have a chance of going against the other Paul brother if I did pull off a good performance, but it's really just down to how I do in the ring against Dodo, because like being against, I'll say this, being against a Paul brother it's no small thing.
Yeah.
It is a big deal given Dodo's record compared to mine, and given his brother's experience compared to mine. It's not going to be easy, but I guarantee you is that easy or not, I still am going to fight. And quite frankly, I really don't care who I fight, but really just down to whether I will be able to be skilled enough that day to beat them or not. So, Paul brother, it's quite a challenge, and they are quite experienced, but at the end of the day, I do see them as another opponent.
Well, fair
So,
enough. As these two behind us have finished the sparring session, you saw Dodo work out there. What did you make of it?
I see it as a great learning experience. It's more a case of I can analyze his moves, what he does, and the only time I'm going to spar really is when he's not around. So when the time comes where I have to fight him, I can pull off something that he might not expect.
Hmm.
Um, so, so yeah, I feel that if the cards played were if the cards were played right during training as well, then I could really prepare for it, and I could really make sure Dodo has no idea what's coming his way.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty excited to see you in the ring. You're gonna go to the face to faces soon with your opponent. Which also will be recorded. Then we have the open workouts, and then we get to the fights. Is it gonna dump your adrenaline, or are you like going at it in a slow tempo? Let it come to you and everything.
Probably let it all come to me, you know, because I don't really want to spend too much of my energy on whoever I'm facing. Because if I just dump all my energy and adrenaline on them, then I probably won't have enough to Dodo with. So it's more strategy with this sort of thing. Because if I don't implement strategy here, then there's a high chance that I might not be able to um, stand a chance against Dodo um, in the future.
Well, fair enough. Well, we're quietly running out of time, so I still got two questions. What's your final prediction for the fight?
Probably make it to about um, probably round 3 to 5 is what I'd say. I don't really want to go too overboard with my predictions. Like I don't want to have like this massive inflated ego where it's like, oh yeah, he's clearly jack shit. Yeah, but I don't want to do that. I probably say that given my previous couple sparring sessions recently, I'd say I probably make it to a solid round 3 or 5
Mm-hmm.
against this guy. 3 is probably the minimum round, and I'd say if I just implemented my attacks and knew when to land my hits and when to do all this stuff,
Fair
I
enough.
feel like I can make it work. I can make it work. I can go and do this stuff against him, and Yeah, it's all just a matter of playing my cards right.
Fair enough. Sounds good. Sounds very good to me. You sound very confident heading into this fight under short notice still, but hey, it is what it is. You gotta take it like it is. So have you got a final short message for your opponent?
Right. So, Dodo, you're an exceptional fighter. I'll say that. At the end of the day, it's all going to be down to skill. Frankly, you've never faced anyone like me in your boxing career. I'll
Damn.
just say this. Win or lose, I'm still going out with a bang. You can guarantee I will not stop until I am bleeding on the mat. If I ever lose, I will go out bleeding from the face, streamlines coming down my head. I will make sure that if I do go out, I go out with a bang. And you can guarantee I'm not going to let up easily.
That's a pretty big and epic message. Wow. I'm intrigued. I can't wait for fight night. I can't wait to see you at the face-to-face session. As well as on the press conference as well. But yeah. Thanks for joining me today. Thanks for your time. And yeah, we'll see you at the face-to-faces, the press conference, everything, and of course at the fight itself. Thanks for joining me, and goodbye, Amazon Boxing people.
Thank you.